So, what's up guys, it's Duck, aka Troublesome Junction, and this is gonna be a bit of an update video. I know I haven't done one of these in, probably a couple years, but it is what it is. So, time that I filled you in on 3 topics. What I want to do with my channel, what's to come, and what I've been up to. So, my channel. So if most of you haven't noticed already, I don't do toy reviews like I used to. And that's because I've kind of grown somewhat tired of doing them. I kind of feel like they're just not what I want to do anymore. Like, I don't have, if I get a new item, which I often do, I don't have the motivation to review said item. So, mainly what is you've all noticed, I mainly do remakes or custom stories and stuff like that. I just much prefer doing stuff like that over it. It just kind of appeals to me more. So if you're expecting toy reviews, I'm not fully canceling them yet, but you won't see them as often. Haul videos, most definitely you will see. But if you're looking for more content on what I've been up to and crazy things that are going on in my life, be sure to hit me up on Instagram, troublesome_junction, same as my YouTube channel. I'm much more active on there because it's just a lot easier just to post something, and it's kind of insightful. So if you're up for it, you want to go the extra mile, go for it. But moving on, so what I've been up to. Well, if you couldn't tell by my Instagram and a lot of my newer videos, I've been getting back into Thomas Wooden Railway. Well, to be honest, little trip back in time, Thomas Wooden Railway was always that one range that I wanted to get into for years, but I never could, because as a kid, I vividly remember this. I really wanted this Thomas Wooden Railway Henry. It was a learning curve one. They had it at Target. And I would always ask my mom for it. I was like, Mom, I really want this Henry. But it was going for $20, And my mom kind of looked at it hey, you could buy a Tomy engine for $10 or something like that. And then you could buy take-alongs for $7 to $10. So basically, other ranges were just kind of one, they were more affordable, and she felt that they were more bang for buck. So Wooden Railway was always that one range I really wanted to get into, but I never had the chance to. And now that Thomas Wood is a thing and Mattel doesn't give a shit about the brand anymore, it's just, we're never gonna get those days back.
Bro, what the fuck is this shit? This is not okay. This is not cool. This is just cheap.
But on the plus side though, eBay is a great place for buying Thomas Wooden Railway stuff. That's where I've gotten basically all of my stuff from. Really good prices too. If you're really looking to get into it, I do that. But I had plans. As of recording this, it is April 3rd, and I had plans to go to a train show on April 5th because as of the time of recording this would be my spring break. But because of the whole coronavirus thing going around, a lot of things are getting closed, lots of things are, canceled, plans are ruined, you can't really do anything on spring break. I had plans to go train spotting and go hit up a lot of train shows. Now, as most of you know, I'm going to reach over here and grab my baby because I love him to death. I love model trains. Okay, just gotta put this on the camera. I love model trains. This is my Class 37. This is my baby right here. I love this class of locomotive. But I wasn't gonna go to the train show to buy model trains. I was going there to only buy Erdls, possibly take along and take in place sets, or maybe some characters. But my main focus was to buy Thomas Wooden Railway stuff. Because if you remember in my last video, that, like a year ago, back in November, that I made when I went to a train show, I saw a lot of Thomas Wooden Railway stuff there for good prices. But I couldn't buy it because I spent all my money buying the big boy locomotive that I did. I eventually sold that off to Will's Random Stuff, so I'll be sure to hit him up too. So yeah, I really didn't have the opportunity to get the stuff that I really wanted. But then I was kind of sitting down thinking, like, this is gonna be the year. This is gonna be the year of Thomas Wooden Railway, and nothing is going to stop me. Now that the train shows are canceled, I've decided to mainly just buy stuff off of eBay and Totally Thomastown. Now listen, if you're in the market to especially buy track, Totally Thomastown is your place. Like, I cannot recommend them enough. Also, I doubt you're watching this video, but if you are, thank you for following me on Instagram. It's a real honor. It really is. So I've been hitting up Totally Thomastown to get some track, and I've also been going through eBay, buying the destinations and the things I want. I'll show a video of like how my collection has grown so far and all that stuff. So here's my bit of Wooden Railway stuff. I have some up there in those troublesome trucks, but I'm trading that stuff with a friend. So shout out to you, Patrick, aka Tom Shenanigans. Hit him up on Instagram. So yeah, this cranky right here, last item I bought at Toys R Us in 2017. Paid way too much money for it. It was freaking $50, and I bought that boy for like $20. Back there are my wagons, 2 scrap cars, and one of the Sodor Mining Company cars. I'd love to have like freaking 50 of those scrap wagons. I love them so much. These cars in general, I just really like a lot. There's my custom engine, you know, the Troublesome Junction thing. 2 Jameses, one of them is the Bumblebee James or whatever, the one where he changed his nose. Mike, Ivo, Hugh, Salty, Ben, Duncan, Derek, Duck, Boko. Parked to Flying Scotsman, his tenders are still on the way in the mail. Brio Gordon, D199, D261, Express Coaches, Cargo Stuff, Hector, and then Flower Car. And back there on the Shake Shake Bridge are my Thomases. Don't ask why I put the Shake Shake Bridge there. It's just my favorite place. It's simple as that, actually. Then this thing, I got this off the Fisher Price website, and they're going out of business, and I freaking love it. I'm kind of nostalgic for it, so yeah, not too bad, but still have a lot of way to go. But yeah, that's kind of the plan right now. And now for what's to come. So, as I just said, I am buying a lot of Thomas Wooden Railway stuff. That is what I'm focusing on. I'm buying nothing else but that at the moment. So, in fact, on the TV right now, this is actually a Thomas Wooden Railway review. Love the guy, Ben. If you're watching this video, I doubt you are, but I watch your content all the time. Love it to death, dude. So, what I'm doing right now. Okay, so what I'm gonna say might shock several people, because I know it's something not a lot of people do, nor care to do. So as I said, I'm buying a lot of Wooden Railway stuff. Yes, that is true, but I'm buying, right now, road destinations, road vehicles, road pieces, like the curves, and you know, the straight track where you flip it over, trains on one side, road on the other. Yeah. Now before you come at me with your pitchforks and wring me out to dry, hear me out on this. So, a lot of people, I'm not going to say they hate the road destinations and vehicles, they're just really not favored compared to, you know, railways, you know, trains with faces. That's what the show is all about. Road vehicles and stuff like that kind of took got put on the back burner. And, you know, a lot of them are kind of weird, I'm not going to lie, because you would get these non-sentient lorries, the trash trucks, the cement loader truck thing, whatever. You get these basically non-sentient vehicles, and a lot of people didn't really find that appealing. And plus, the sets were very expensive back in the day. I think they went for like $35, $40 for a single destination that most kids probably couldn't even use. But I really find them very charming. My favorite destination in the whole Wooden Railway is actually the Scrapyard set. I've bought it. It's on its way now, and I cannot wait to pair that up with the Horrid Lorries that I bought, because I'd probably say that along with Flying Scotsman, Big City Engine, and D261 D199, my favorite Wind Railway item. I love the Horrid Lorries. I love the rubbish truck. I love the rubbish trucks. I find them very charming. They're weird, and I think they're really cool. So right now, I'm focusing on road destinations and road vehicles. It's a weird thing. I know. But that's what I really want to put my energy towards. And if you couldn't tell from like the videos I've made, I usually run my engines on Tomy Blue Track because I don't really have much Thomas Wind Railway track. Kid you not, this tiny bin of like tracks is all I have, and because I'm kind of stubborn, I don't like to buy off-brand wooden railway track. So yeah, it's gonna be a rough. So I use that as a substitute, and I mean I still feel kind of wrong for it because little thing about me, so if you couldn't tell by my floor, it is carpet, and you know, Thomas Wind Railway track doesn't sit even on the tracks, you know, it can get kind of bumpy and all that. I mean, unless you're Thomas Wind Railway, I don't know how this guy gets his figures to stand in his series and all that. That's actually kind of cool. So, yeah, basically, I don't like how it sits, and I only have like 2 smooth surfaces in my house, the concrete floor in my basement, and then the tile floor in the kitchen. One, my house is a very busy, bustling place, so chances of it being in the kitchen are like 0. Basement, I film there a lot. I film my Flying Kipper scenes in there. I filmed the newest Scrapyard videos down there. And then the Diesel 10 and Toby Plane video, I really loved how it turned out. The first half of it was filmed in my garage, but stupid me didn't realize, oh yeah, I could have just done this in the basement the whole time. So yeah, if you couldn't tell by those videos, I usually use the basement for darker tones because if I want to represent the Scrapyard, I want it to look more dingy, dirty, and ominous, because the Scrapyard is my favorite destination on all of the island of Sodor. I love the Scrapyard, like, they rank supreme, and especially Scrapyard merchandise, if you couldn't tell. I love the Scrapyard cargo cars, I love the Scrapyard sets, even the Scrap Lorry, I think that's really cool. So, yeah. There really isn't too many places for me to put the track down and for it to sit even, and that really bothers me. So that's kind of why I do use Tomy Blue Track. It holds together very well, and I think that's what I'm going to use for now until I go and get my train table. Because back in the day, I used to have a Thomas Wind Railway train table, but my mom threw it away because this is during the time period where most Thomas fans have been through this, where their parents are really not as accepting of them being a Thomas fan and all that. My mom eventually gave in and was just like, "Ah, do whatever." And you know, it's been groovy. But yeah, unfortunately, a lot of really nice Thomas merchandise was lost during that time. So I do plan to buy a Thomas Wind Railway table, make a nice substantial size layout. I'm probably not going to do Tidmouth sheds because I like individual engine sheds more than Tidmouth sheds, but who knows? Don't quote me on that. So, the plans now, just to sum it up quick, mainly road destinations until further notice, then eventually railways and railway destinations, and plus they cost a bit more and all that stuff. I'll talk about that in a little bit. And then like a table, but it's going to probably go road vehicles / destinations, table, railway. It's very backwards, I know. Most people would probably do it the other way around, but I'm a pretty backwards guy, so deal with it. So, another thing is, I'm just going to give some advice or pointers. You know, I'm not the biggest Thomas, YouTuber. I will not say that. I only have like, 500 subscribers by the time of recording this. And, Instagram, pretty good for that wise. So, I'm not going to be, expert at all of this stuff, especially Thomas Wind Railway. It's something I've wanted to do, but I'm not the best. But here's some things that I've personally noticed. So, a lot of Thomas Wind Railway YouTubers who do reviews on destinations, on, characters and stuff like that, I feel like sometimes, and this isn't even me trying to call them out or anything, this is like, because I respect all these people, but sometimes they kind of overhype things. They'll say like, this is so freaking rare. This cement loader, it's worth $50 at most. No, it really isn't. I could go on eBay right now and buy a cement loader and the cement truck I could buy them for like $20. I literally bought that scrapyard set for a grand total of $26. But because of my, the shipping and all that, if it weren't for that, it would have been $17. So all of these sets that are claiming to be super rare, collectible, and all that stuff, especially roadway destinations, they are sought after, yes. I will not deny that. But I will say is look onto eBay, because a lot of the times, don't be afraid to, because a lot of the times people will say that things are rare when they're really not. And I have seen several roadway stuff go for a lot, like the scrap lorry I've seen go for about $20, $25 if it has the cargo piece. But the little roadway vehicles like the rubbish trucks and street sweep and all that, one, I love those things, and two, no. I went on eBay last night and I found them for literally $5 a pop. So if you want to find the more obscure stuff, it's really not going to be that, it's not going to cost you a lot. Now, engine destinations and all that, it's about 50-50. Bigger ones like Tidmouth sheds, large mountain sets, they typically go for a lot more money. That's kind of a given. But, things like, for example, Boulder Mountain, as big as that set was, I found it on eBay for like $20, $25 and stuff like that. Morgan's Mindset I've seen go for as low as $25, which is kind of crazy because it is rare, but I say I go for like $65 at most and stuff like that. So engine destinations typically go for more more money because more people are trying to buy them. So that's kind of one of the reasons why I lean more towards roadway stuff, is because it is more affordable, and I don't want to spend like $100 and something on Knapford Station. Don't get me wrong, I really want Knapford Station, but that shit costs, and I just can't get it right now. So yeah, that's kind of why I've leaned towards that, and I can just tell you now, listening to wooden railway YouTubers and just toy reviewers as a whole, no matter what it is, listen to what they have to say, because a lot of them are really insightful. They can really, give you a good guide in it, but at the same time, don't be afraid to look on eBay. Don't let what someone says, like, oh, this thing is insanely rare, put you down. I mean, heck, remember that time when Leo Kim Video said that miniature Ertl sets were rare? They're not. I mean, that's no disrespect, Leo Kim Video. I love him to death, and that's just me pointing out something. Like my Ertl miniatures, I bought them for literally $7 a piece, and I've seen the play sets go for like $20. So that's kind of one of the examples I use a lot. So that's kind of what I would say, and I'm glad if you've watched the video up to this point. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah. I'll probably make several haul videos. I might do a totally Thomastown haul video. It'll mainly just be track and crazy stuff like that. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. I'm Troublesome Junction, and I'll see you guys on the flip side.